and welcome to the second tutorial in the Arduino tutorial series. My name is Jono from Codepedia, and in this video you will learn how to make an LED blink. If you have not yet watched the previous video in this series, I suggest you do, unless you have an understanding of the Arduino board and some of the components that are commonly used with it. For today's project, you will require a breadboard, an LED, a resistor, jumper wires, and of course an Arduino Uno. First we need to look at how to wire up our project. As you can see on this diagram, we have the negative end of you'll place a LED into the breadboard and have the negative end, the cathode, connected to a resistor into this row here, which runs horizontally. This row on this breadboard is really good, as I stated in the previous video, for attaching a whole lot of negative ends or even positive ends of components into just one row, so you have one wire as opposed to heaps to different pins on your board, whereas we now just have one wire running to a ground pin. Doesn't actually matter which ground pin, but today we're going to be using one of the ones in the power section. Don't actually mind which one you use. And then we have the positive end of the LED connecting to pin 13 on the board itself. You can connect it to any pin. It will just change a tiny bit of the code, as in like one part of it. We'll get to that in a sec. But today we're using pin 13, so I can demonstrate to you how on the board itself, the Arduino board itself, there is an LED that's connected to pin 13 already. So when we actually get the LED flashing, it will flash a LED on the board as well. So now we actually need to code our Arduino. So open a new sketch, and we'll have to type all this up, but we've already I've already typed it up, and I'll put this code in the description so you can copy and paste it if you want. But I'll now just take you through what each part of it's doing. So int LED equals 13 semicolon. Int is short for integer, LED is a variable, and 13 is a number. This is basically saying that the variable LED, which can be anything, you could have smiley face written there, it would just change the word. You'd write smiley face here, here, and here instead. But it's basically saying that LED is equal to 13. At this stage, LED is just a number, but as you can see in void setup, we make LED a pin and an output. So now that we're talking about void setup, this is where you set up kind of different components and parts of the code. And this section of code only runs once in the program, whereas void loop runs over and over again. So here we make LED the variable, a pin, and we make it an output. So you can have input or output. Input you would use for something like a potentiometer, where you're altering it from the outside of the board, but an LED would be an output because it's out emitting light, and you're not actually physically touching it. Also notice we have the semicolon on the ends of the code. This is basically ending each part of the code. It's like a full stop for a line of code. And we also have curly brackets here and here. These are basically bookends. So you have code, lines of code with semicolons as full stops within kind of two curly brackets to make it a bookend, because you can have heaps and heaps lines of code in both of these sections, but you need to section them off so that you have curly brackets to make them bookends. And so next we have void loop. Void loop, as I said before, runs over and over again, will initiate the code more than once continuously. And so here we make, this is basically saying that LED will be turned on. They'll have a high amount of voltage running through it. Then we have a delay of a second or 1,000 milliseconds. And then we have LED off, low, and then we have a delay of 1,000 milliseconds again, and we have semicolon, of course. And so now what we have to do is upload it to our Arduino. And if you come up with a problem like this, choose I'm connecting via USB, so choose one of those and go OK. And I will show you. So now we should have an LED flashing. That's a bit peculiar if we don't. Well, anyway, this isn't working at all, but you can see on the board there is an LED flashing, and this is the LED that is on your board. This is handy for testing if your LEDs are working. Clearly the one I was previously using wasn't, so we'll try a different one. There we go. So now we have an LED flashing. Also with the pin with variables, sorry, you can also create int delay just to experiment. Delay is equal to 1,000. I don't understand. And then we could change this to delay. I didn't spell it correctly. Actually, delay might not work because it's a section of code already, so we'll just say wait. And then here we write wait. And wait. And so this is will say that wait is equal to we've assigned wait 1,000 as the number, and here it will turn 1,000 into milliseconds. So if we upload this, we shouldn't see any change. No change. So that just kind of showcases how you can use variables in any kind of form. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. We will be using the basis of what we built today in the next tutorial, so maybe don't destroy your what you've built. The next tutorial we will be using 8 LEDs and making them kind of like an LED scanner thing. And so yeah, don't destroy this, because otherwise you just have to rebuild it anyway. And so I hope you've learnt something. Hope you understand all this. If you don't, put some comment on this video, and I'd like to know how I can improve it. Also, don't forget to like and find us on all social media thingamabobs. What else? And yeah, if you have any other questions, just ask. Hope to see you in the next video, or like not physically see you, but hope you watch the next video. Thank you and goodbye.